Did you know that healthy soil is the lifeblood of any thriving garden? That's right. The secret to vibrant, flourishing plants often lies beneath the surface. The quality of your garden's soil can have a larger impact on plant health than even sunlight or water. It's all about the balance of nutrients, pH levels, and the presence of beneficial organisms. This hidden world under our feet is vital for plant growth and productivity. That's why today, we're diving into the world of soil testing and amendments. First, we need to understand our soil's current condition. Picture yourself as a detective of sorts embarking on an exciting mission to discover the secrets hidden beneath your garden. Our first step? Collecting soil samples. It's easier than it sounds. Simply gather a few handfuls of soil from various parts of your garden, mixing them together to create a composite sample. This will give us a well-rounded view of your garden's overall soil condition. Now, let's move on to the actual testing. There are a few key elements we're going to look for: pH, nutrients, and contaminants. Each of these plays a crucial role in your garden's health and productivity. First up, we have pH. This measures how acidic or alkaline your soil is, and it's vital because it affects the availability of nutrients to your plants. Most plants prefer a slightly acidic to neutral pH, around 6 to 7. Next, we test for nutrients. Just like us, plants need a balanced diet. When we talk about nutrients, we're mostly concerned with the big three: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Nitrogen is the leaf maker, phosphorus is the bloom booster, and potassium is the overall plant health promoter. Last but definitely not least, we test for contaminants. This is particularly important if you're growing fruits and vegetables. Harmful substances like lead or other heavy metals can make their way into your produce, so it's crucial to ensure your soil is clean and safe. To perform these tests, you can use a home soil testing kit, which is both convenient and easy to use. They typically come with detailed instructions and a color-coded system to interpret the results. Remember, knowledge is power. These tests will give you a comprehensive understanding of your soil's current condition. You'll know whether your soil is acidic or alkaline, nutrient-rich or deficient, and safe or contaminated. With these results in hand, we can now tailor our approach to our garden's needs. Understanding your soil is the first step to creating a vibrant, thriving garden. So let's roll up our sleeves and dig in. So we have our test results. What's next? Well, it's time to read the tea leaves, or rather, the soil test results. First, let's consider pH levels. The pH level of your soil can tell you a lot about its suitability for certain plants. Remember, pH is a measure of acidity or alkalinity. A pH of 7 is neutral, below 7 is acidic, and above 7 is alkaline. Most plants prefer a pH range between 6 and 7. If your soil falls outside this range, certain nutrients become less available to your plants, which can stunt their growth. Consider this: if your soil's pH is too low, it's acidic. Acidic soil can lead to a deficiency in calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus. On the other hand, if your soil's pH is too high, it's alkaline. Alkaline soil can cause deficiencies in iron, manganese, and phosphorus. Moving on to nutrients, your soil test will likely provide information on its levels of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, often referred to as NPK. These are the primary nutrients that plants need to grow. Nitrogen promotes leafy green growth, phosphorus aids in root and flower development, and potassium helps with overall plant health. If your soil test shows low levels of these nutrients, your plants may show signs of nutrient deficiencies. For example, nitrogen deficiency often manifests as yellowing leaves, while phosphorus deficiency can result in stunted growth and purple discoloration on the underside of leaves. Lastly, your soil test may reveal the presence of heavy metals or other contaminants. While small amounts of certain metals are necessary for plant health, high levels can be toxic to both plants and the people who eat them. So by deciphering your soil test results, you can understand the specific needs of your soil and make informed decisions about how to amend it. This understanding is key in tailoring your garden to its needs. Now that we know what our soil lacks, we can select the right amendments. Amendments are our tools for boosting soil health. Now it's time to get our hands dirty and turn our soil into a plant's paradise. Let's start with compost. This is a gardener's gold, bringing a wealth of benefits. Compost is rich in organic matter and nutrients, improving the structure of the soil and its capacity to hold on to water. It also encourages beneficial soil organisms that contribute to a healthy, balanced soil ecosystem. To use compost, spread a 2 to 3 inch layer over your garden and work it into the top 6 inches of soil. Next, we have manure. Like compost, manure is rich in organic matter and nutrients. But be cautious, fresh manure can be too hot or nutrient-rich for plants and can burn them. Always use well-rotted manure or composted manure. Apply it the same way you would compost, but consider its nutrient levels. Manure from different animals can vary greatly, so always be sure to do a bit of research before applying. Now let's talk about lime and sulfur. These are soil amendments used to correct pH imbalances. Lime is used to raise the pH of acidic soils, making it more alkaline. It also provides plants with calcium and magnesium, which are essential for their growth. On the other hand, sulfur lowers the pH of alkaline soils, making them more acidic. It's important to note that changing soil pH is a slow process and should be done gradually over several seasons. To apply lime or sulfur first, you must know your soil's pH. Remember the soil test we discussed earlier? That's where it comes in handy. Once you know your soil's pH, you can calculate how much lime or sulfur to use. Spread it evenly over your garden, then work it into the soil. But remember, it's always better to apply a little less than you think you need. You can always add more later, but it's hard to take it back out. Here's a pro tip. Always water your garden after applying soil amendments. This helps to work them into the soil and kickstart their benefits. In conclusion, soil amendments like compost, manure, lime, and sulfur are powerful tools in a gardener's arsenal. They can transform a lackluster garden into a vibrant, productive oasis. But remember, amendments are not a one-size-fits-all solution. Each garden is unique, and its needs will depend on its specific soil conditions. As gardeners, our job is to understand our soil and give it what it needs to thrive. We've discussed how to test our soil, interpret the results, and choose the right amendments. Now, it's time to roll up our sleeves and get to work. With these amendments, we're ready to transform our garden. Let's get that garden flourishing. Let's look at the difference proper soil testing and amendment can make. Imagine a garden that's been struggling. The plants are lackluster, their growth stunted, their leaves a pale shadow of the vibrant green they should be. You might think that the garden is beyond saving, that the plants are just not suited to the environment. But let's take a step back and reconsider. When we first tested the soil in this garden, it was clear that the problem wasn't the plants, but the soil they were trying to grow in. The pH was too high, the nutrient levels were off, and there were signs of contamination. So what did we do? We made a plan and got to work. We added compost to increase organic matter and improve soil structure. We used lime to adjust the soil's pH, making it more hospitable to the plants. We also added some manure to boost nutrient levels, and finally, we used biochar to lock away contaminants and prevent them from harming our plants. Fast forward a few months and the change is nothing short of miraculous. Our once struggling garden is now a vibrant oasis. The plants are thriving, their leaves a lush green, their flowers blooming in a riot of colors. The soil is rich and healthy, teeming with beneficial microbes that further promote plant growth. But it's not just about the look. The plants are stronger, more resistant to pests and diseases. They're more productive too, yielding more flowers, more fruits, more vegetables. All because we took the time to understand and amend our soil. This transformation didn't happen overnight, and it wasn't always easy. It took patience, dedication, and a willingness to learn. But the result, as you can see, is well worth the effort. Soil testing and amendment isn't a one-time thing though. It's an ongoing process, a way of life for the dedicated gardener. The soil changes over time, and so too must our approach to caring for it. Regular testing and amendment ensure that our soil stays healthy and our plants stay happy. And let's not forget the bigger picture. By taking care of our soil, we're also taking care of our planet. Healthy soil sequesters carbon, mitigates climate change, and supports biodiversity. So in a way, by tending to our gardens, we're also tending to our world. As you can see, a little soil testing and amendment can go a long way.